Hello, this is the Tracinator here with my 77-year-old grandmother, Kay Gillespie. I'm here today to talk with Kay Gillespie about a topic that she feels strongly about. Um, Now, Kay or Grana, you were telling me that you wanted to talk about how older people don't get treated very well by the younger people. Please elaborate on that.
Well, I just think all the years, all the education that I have, that you want to tell young people something and they don't want to hear it. I mean, it's good things that they need to know about going to church, uh, doing the right thing, uh, finishing school, but they don't want to hear any of that. Now that they've taken over, they think society, then it's osmosis. Everything's going to change. But people have to work together, the young and the old, because the young are getting ready to take over the government and all, because the people that are there are getting too old to go like that every day.
And how do you say they have to work together?
We all have to work together, which isn't happening. All these murders, young people killing anybody, everybody. That's not living. That's existing. And when you think you have to kill somebody for something because they didn't sell the amount of drugs or they spent some of the money to get something to eat and you shoot them and kill them, and you know that's wrong. And when a older person enters the conversation, it's like they're not even there. They're nobody. We're not going to listen to you. You don't have any information. You're old.
Well, yes, that's very true, and I agree with what you said about us not working together. In fact, I've even gone as far as to say that even calling this country the United States is an oxymoron because we're divided in just about everything.
Yeah, yeah, we are divided, and you can't do anything to fight it. And I can't think of the saying, but it's something about together we stand, or to, or
Together we stand, together we fall. Is that it?
well, it's together we stand, and it's the opposite. You don't. Together you stand. Together you don't stand. You fall.
I don't think
And a
that's it, but it's
country.
true.
You don't think that's true?
No, but I think you're on the right track.
Well, I really think that the young people, some of them live in such misery. I taught for 45 years, and when a child doesn't have a winter coat and it's freezing outside and has no boots, comes to school in tennis shoes, and doesn't get enough to eat, that is what you call abuse. Every child should have enough food to eat. They should have all the necessities of life. They shouldn't be sleeping on floors, uh, can't get up and go to school because their clothes haven't been washed, because their mother's working and she doesn't have time. It's just a vicious cycle. children don't ask to come here, but they should be able to have the rights of others. And it's too many kids, young people in these homes for boys and homes for girls and foster homes. And I think that they should stop women from having babies if they're not going to take care of them.
Yeah.
Because the child suffers.
Because that's another issue too.
Well, when I taught in St. Louis, Missouri, you knew I taught there, right?
I didn't know you taught in Missouri.
Yeah, I had St. Louis in the Soulard district, which is a white district.
In what district?
Soulard.
Soulard.
That was one of the places I taught. And then this other place I taught, I had the boys, the teenagers your age, who came to school in the morning, and they were terrible to other people, but they were nice to me. They made sure they'd come to school to eat lunch and breakfast, and to make sure I was safe. Isn't that something?
Wow.
They check on me. So in the afternoon, only one came back to make sure everything was okay. The rest of them went on their way. So I asked them, I said, well, if y'all gonna come to school and I can only teach you 1 or 2 subjects, why can't you get food from home? Why can't you make a sandwich or something from home? And they said, this hurt me. Who was I then? I was Miss Thompson. Miss Thompson, we can't get food at home on our own. I said, why? Said, because they lock the refrigerator, so
They
you
do?
get at them.
That's horrible.
That's what I'm saying. The young people out here are really destitute and having problems. And you can't just cover them up. And there's always a reason why people are doing what we think is wrong.
There's a reason why people do wrong things.
Yeah.
Why
They
is
don't
that?
think them out. They don't think them out. They're afraid they won't be part of the group. They're not independent. They
They're
haven't had a
followers.
mother, and their followers. They've had a mother and a father who's there just some of the time because they work all the time, and it's just a system that's not working. Every child should be taught to read and write and do arithmetic.
What's the system that's not working? Foster care?
Oh, foster care is not working. Who wants to be taken away from their parents and living with somebody else? They need to find another way. Those children need to be, if their parents are fit, they need to be with the parent. But it's a lot of sadness out here because the kids are treated.
But when you say
bad.
system, excuse me, but when you say system, I know you were talking about, well, Miss Gillespie, I'm running out of time and juice. I only have about a minute and a half left. So, to wrap up really quickly, what type of system needs to be changed? I know you were talking about children that can't afford food and all that, but what system needs to be changed?
I think that the system needs to do an overhaul. Uh, if children can't find clothes to wear to school, they should be wearing uniforms, and the government should be paying for them. And you move them with a little bit of love, but you don't misuse children. You know what I mean? Some children are being misused sexually,
Oh, yeah.
and something's got to be done about that. I could go on and on and on, but I'm going to stop there. But it's something to think about, how blessed you are when you look around and see what God has done for you. I mean, because He didn't have to do it, you know?
Yeah.
So I'm just very grateful for my family. I'm grateful that Trace has turned his adulting.
Unfortunately, we run out of storage. Please subscribe.